Hi everyone and welcome back to Metroid Prime. There's something I want to mention. I kind of missed the old Metroid Prime title screen. You actually don't get it in this trilogy re-release. I kind of forgot about that. It's too bad too, because the original Metroid Prime title screen was really good. Very nostalgic, nice music, you know, all that snazz. Well, anyway, our adventure has started. We're not going to be sequence break because it's probably best that I don't show things out of order. It would leave the wrong impression for some people. First enemies right here. Some annoying beetles. Literally, just called beetle. They die in a couple of hits. I actually do like that you don't need to continuously charge shot through everything in this game. People say that combat in this game is something that's a focus. I don't really agree. There's definitely more focus in it compared to like Super Metroid, but the focus is largely the platform and the exploration still. Like if you want to tell me which game started to really focus on combat, I'd say it's Other M and Metroid Prime 3 and some other games, like I guess Hunters, but that's because Hunters kind of fails in the other aspects and it was largely supposed to be a multiplayer game. Zoomers, that's what they're called. That's a classic Metroid enemy, in case any of you are wondering. Also these things, blast caps. You get close to them, they explode. If you shoot them, they'll also explode. So, keep your distance, basically. Wow, yeah, actually, I keep saying I want to do charge shot, but I actually don't have the charge beam with me right now. I lost it, along with pretty much every other single one of my power-ups. You know, it's a good thing we can still shoot Samus. Also, that's a different zoomer. Jeemer? Yeah, Jeemer. That's such a weird name. Zoomer is, like, cool, but Jeemer is, like, not as memorable. Can't morph ball, do anything like that. We can only jump, go around, shoot, and that's it. Pew, pew, pew. We're like Mega Man now, Samus. Jump and shoot woman. Also, that creature over there. So goofy looking. A blood flower. Basically, it keeps firing stuff at you and that's super annoying. Oh, also I killed it. Tangleweed. Yeah, you can scan these things, weirdly enough. They slow you down if you don't shoot at them. See? There's also a variant that actually harms you, but we're not going to see that too often. Blast shield. Need missiles. We don't have missiles. Lame. This is probably why some people enjoy sequence breaking in Metroid Prime 1, actually. The fact that you can get your space jump immediately means you'll be able to get missiles earlier, bombs early, or, well, maybe not bombs early, but there's a boss you have to fight, and because you got space jump, you can casually jump over the thing that's supposed to be blocking your way and get the part before fighting any of the creatures that you're supposed to fight. And that's so cool. Okay, this is something detrimental to Metroid Prime right here. This elevator crashes really often in the original version. I don't know how it is in Metroid Prime Trilogy, but I distinctly remember this elevator crashing so freaking often in Metroid Prime 1. But, you know, besides that, it's a cool loading cutscene that you go through. It's also quicker than the original games. This is a hint system right there. I should probably turn it off. But, you know, we're going to see it as it is right now. Basically, the hint system tells you where you need to go. Immersively. Which is cool. Anyway. Options. Yes, hint system. Off. Is it off? Yes, it is. Oh, and bonus credit messages. We're also going to turn that off because I think that's going to bother some people. There's also stuff here. Helmet opacity and visor opacity. You know what? We're going to do this. No visor opacity, which means we won't be able to tell how much health we have left, how many missiles we have left. But it clears up the screen and it looks cooler. The thing is that the game is so easy that I don't think I need to check those things. Maybe. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however, that Chozo colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We, Chozo, chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here, and plan to leave our worlds from time to time. Words from time to time? I think that's supposed to be worlds. Huh. Whoops. Typo. Or maybe I just didn't read that properly. So this is area number 1. Or 2, I guess. Chozo Ruins. It's got some neat music. Atmospheric. Not the best, but, you know. It's not too bad. Just... these creatures, every time you're here, no good. Seriously, you're annoying. Just ignore them. You don't have to fight them. Like, seriously. There's a neat energy tank up there. You really, really want it. But scan tells you that you can't reach it. Even if you got space jump, I'm pretty sure you still can't reach it. But you know, you can try. War Wasp Hive. Annoying. Oh, by the way, there's some voice acting in the game because like stuff registered to logbook or something like that. That's something that was introduced in the trilogy re-release. In the original release, there was no voice acting whatsoever, except maybe a couple locations and Jennifer Hale's grunts, of course. For reference, Jennifer Hale is the voice actress of Samus. She doesn't speak per se, but she does Samus's grunts. These things just land in place and explode when you get close to them. So you're supposed to shoot them from a safe distance. They do damage you a bit in harder difficulties. These things are based literal eye lasers. You just shoot at them. You can't defeat them right now, though. We will later on, though. Through a special beam. A very, very special beam. God, these things are coming out of solid ground. How? For reference, I do like their AI. They try to ram you, which is supposed to be like your tutorial for dashing out of the way to dodge their attacks, you know? I probably should have read this, but this one's kind of long, you know? Oh, gotta jump through here. It's so weird to play Metroid Prime without sequence breaking. Like, seriously. What the hell is this thing? An ornate wall hanging with a highly reflective surface. This does not appear to be important. Ah, what? Ah, stupid bees. Wasps, sorry. Come on. Not this. I want to scan the wasps. Ah, come on. This thing. Something else that tried to ram you. Airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. The war wasp rarely strays from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. Annoyingly enough, until you get missiles, which we will get very soon, you can't actually get rid of wasps because they'll continuously spawn from their hives. Instantly, you need missiles to destroy their hives. So those are sandstone blocks. You can destroy them once you get bombs. We don't have bombs right now either. Now, I was gonna say, we can see our reflection in some things in this game. Besides the fact that we can see ourselves, which appears mildly impressive for a GameCube game from 2002, it's actually fake as hell because it's actually a pre-rendered sprite that we're actually seeing, not our true reflection. See? It's not actually reflecting us coming towards it. You can especially tell because you can move the arm cannon around and it doesn't display it. But you know, it's a nice attempt what they did with the reflection and stuff. Now what's this thing? The only translatable symbol to detect on this sculpture is the word Chozo. Ah. Things. Ow. There's a thing over there. We're gonna ignore that. And that's poison down there, so let's not touch that. Come on. There's so many of them. That's why I hate them. Yeah, that wall over there. Stretch points present in brimstone walls. So yeah, there's these stains called sandstone, brimstone, and yada yada yada. That's basically just your indication that, oh, this stain's weak to this power-up. Also, y'all remember these things from Super Metroid? They're back! Or something similar to it. Plasmite. Small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to sources of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting, and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened. So they damage you by exploding, is what it's trying to say. Also, they dodge my shots. Cool. Yeah, actually, I said those things were from Super Metroid, but I don't think they're the same. Large energy. 20 units? I thought there was 50. I guess I misremembered. You know what? I like that these things dodge my shots. That's exactly how a real-world creature would react to being shot at, you know? Anyway, now we're gonna go here. And this is totally not a suspicious location or anything. What's that over there? It's a missile expansion game. Also, that looks like a Chozo face. But it can't be. Drainage possesses traces of high-level toxins. Uh-oh. Wanted that missile pickup, but unfortunately we can't get it right now. We gotta fight a boss. A very basic boss. Not a bad one, though. So, new creatures, the Hive Mecha. The very first boss. Because of sequence breaking, I kind of like when I played Metroid Prime, as I was saying. Back when I was playing Metroid Prime 1.0, I really liked sequence breaking past this boss and facing it when I had in-game equipment where I could destroy it really, really easily. Unfortunately, you can't really see that in action. It's always like 3 or 4 phases, this boss fight. Anyway, what it does is that it releases a specific type of wasp that goes around and then rams you. The ram war wasps, literally. That's pretty much it. The big damage you get from this boss fight, though, is actually falling to the toxic matter down there. You know? So if you're not used to understanding where you are on in a first-person space, you know, then you'll probably suck at this boss fight. And once you've destroyed all the wasps, you have to damage the boss itself. That's it. That's the boss fight. More wasps to destroy. You can't shoot them when they're going around, in case you're wondering. And one shot interrupts their attempt to ram you. Come on. That's destroyed. And another one tried to ram me right there. Come on. Oh god, they're faster than I remembered. There we go. There, only one left. For this phase, anyway. Yeah, I have ample time to shoot that thing back there. Seriously. Come on. Ow. I think this is the last phase. Gosh. I think this was easier in the Metroid Prime 1 because the cursor always centered on the enemy. You couldn't move it around. Now you can, and that's better for people who don't rely on locking on to damage things, but Metroid Prime 1 was kind of made with logging onto your target in mind. So that's why this is not going as well as it should right now. Whoops. I'll get them all eventually, don't worry. Damn it. Yeah, when you hear that sound effect, you know they're about to ram you. Okay, only one left. That it? Yes. Okay, that could have gone much better, but you know, it's an easy boss fight. The very first one. Just to make sure that you understand where you are in a 3D space while playing in first person. People who aren't good at that will probably lose, but I consider myself to be good at that. It has been a long time since I played Metroid Prime, in case some of you think that I'm not playing as well as I should. Not to mention, this is the first time I'm playing Metroid Prime 1 with the Wii control scheme. I actually want to say I prefer the GameCube controls, but I don't mind the Wii control scheme either. Anyway, we have 5 missiles now. Also, we're going to get an energy tank too. That's very generous and very, very useful. Extra 100 health. Also, missile drops. And more health, but we don't need that. You might think, oh, why don't you morph ball through here? I don't have the morph ball. Can't do that right now. We will do that once we get the opportunity. There's a lot of obvious backtracking that we can do in Metroid Prime. Ow. Thing was in the way. Ow. Now we can use the missiles on this. Yay! Another missile expansion. We can also use the missiles to destroy enemies, but I'm trying to get rid of these things right now. We can use the missiles on this, the hives. It actually destroys them, which means we don't have to face any more of those stupid things. At least temporarily. Eventually, the thing respawns, and therefore, we actually have to destroy it again. Ruined War Wasp Hive. The destruction of a hive will not deter the survivors from rebuilding a new home. Surviving War Wasps will defend new sites with their lives until the hive is complete. So we can also do this. Because of course. And the map station is right here. Hey, if you skip this cutscene at the right moment, the animation that the map station machine will usually do in the cutscene will actually play despite the fact that it's not supposed to. Just a fun quirk that I've noticed and like. It might be like something only exclusive to earlier versions of Metroid Prime. Yeah, destroyed the hive, but unfortunately all these stupid things are already out. So whatever. We're gonna ignore them. These lasers don't hurt that much. I want to say they're supposed to deal 10 damage, but I'm not even sure they deal that much. Like even in hyper mode, aka hard mode difficulty. Okay, more troublesome enemies, but we can ignore them. There's something right up there, but we can't destroy it for some reason. I wonder why. Yeah, just getting rid of these enemies because they're in the way. Now this thing. This tree seems to be weakened due to cellular decomposition. Sorry. Let's just go through here. Basically, what it's telling you is that that thing appears to be breakable. Unfortunately, missiles aren't enough to actually destroy it. And even if they were, we couldn't get the power up that's hidden in it. Just saying. God, so many of these things. And they'll appear every single time. But once we get the Verisuit, they're literally, like, inconsequential. They don't deal enough damage to be a threat. Anyway, the Morph Ball is right over there. Let's get it. Oh, whoops. That small Ledge will now prevent us from getting it, because we can't jump high enough to get it. But if we had the space jump, we could just casually jump over that thing and get the morph ball immediately. That's so goofy. Because usually when there's a power-up that the developers don't want you to get, what they do is they actually lock it out of the way through, like, they put a force field around it, or make the pickup not actually a pickup and just for show. In this case, though, the morph ball that's shown right over there actually is the morph ball. And just by sequence breaking, by getting the space jump early, you can just casually jump to it and get it and ignore all the enemies. It's kind of it's something that I actually kind of want to show, but well, I won't be able to do that. Anyway, this is definitely a boring combat session, what we're doing right here. Seriously, what were they thinking? This, however, is more interesting. This fight should have started with this thing. This carapace beetle. I can't remember its name. Ow! It actually rams us. So, plated beetle, yeah. Well-armored burrowing insect, vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks. Only surfacing when it detects vibrations above, it then maneuvers itself so as to always face survival, keeping its exposed abdomen protected. Yeah, if you haven't learned how to dash yet, this is definitely the time where the game wants you to learn. Come on. There we go. Missiles deal a lot of damage. In earlier versions of Metroid Prime, you could actually spam missiles, even though the game didn't intend you to. Oh wow, only 2 missiles? Huh. Remember this creature having a lot more health than that, but whatever. We're actually gonna face this creature as a generic enemy later on, so it's probably for the best. Morph ball! Yes! So Morph Ball is actually third-person mode for Metroid Prime. We go through conveniently shaped tunnels like these, and that's pretty much it. That's all we can do with the Morph Ball right now. Except, you know, backtracking to back where we fought Hive Mecha and going to room behind it and actually accessing that shaft now. Let's check that out right now. Oh, also there's another secret we can do, but I think I actually might need bombs to do something with that. Oh, we'll definitely need bombs for someplace else too. Actually, I think I'm gonna need bombs in general. Oh, well, we're gonna check anyway. If it's a waste of time, we're just gonna skip back to where I'm actually supposed to go. For reference, I'm talking about the power-up over there. We need bombs for that one. But there's also some other power-ups we can get over here. Specifically, that one right there. Okay. There's a spring ball thing that's, I think, that was added in the trilogy re-release. Unfortunately, we can't do it yet. Not until we get bombs, maybe. I'm not sure. I like spring ball. Go away. So yeah, we can check out this thing over here now. Can we do anything over there? Yes, we can. Basically just a Morph Ball segment. You're gonna see these quite often in Metroid Prime. What's with the 1 at the top left? I think that those are supposed to be my energy tanks. Whoops! It's a detail that was not supposed to be left when you're turning off the visor opacity, I think. Well then. Or maybe it is supposed to be there. I'm just not understanding it right. We can check over here, but we can't do much over here, unfortunately. there are a lot of freaking stupid things that will appear and bother us if we don't destroy them right now. Good thing I did. Cordite wall. That's power bombs, I think. No, I think power bombs is Bendenzium, something like that. So I think this is super missiles that we need to actually destroy. That's Spider Ball, in case you're wondering. Spider Ball is limited to these tracks, unlike Metroid 2, where you could use it whenever you wanted. For those wondering about what they did in the remake, you can use it whenever you want, but there's some things that have been put on some walls to prevent you from using it to go everywhere. Although I don't even think even if they hadn't put those things there, it would have made things any more difficult. Oh, that was a super large energy. It refills 1 energy tank, I think. Unless it's like 50 health and I just misremembered. We could go to Magmore Caverns right now. Not a good idea. The game would just tell us that we can't go very far. It would make for a good stopping point for this video, but we're gonna continue a little bit more. I actually kind of want to get bombs. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, yeah, okay. So if you unmorph ball in some specific locations, I think accosted to walls, there's no transition and you immediately turn back into first-person mode. That's actually quite a convenient speedrunning trick. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. Cool story, bros. We need bombs to do something right here. We need to activate them in a certain order, but it doesn't matter right now because we don't have bombs. This is a cool room. I like the things on the left side. Or this side of the room. This. It's not explained. It's not specified. Like, is it ore or something? Whatever the case, it looks neat. I remember it every time. And when I think of Metroid Prime, this is one of those things I'm thinking about. Anyway, if we're going all the way over here, you get an energy tank. That's actually a common thread in the Metroid Prime game. If you go someplace you're not supposed to go, you're usually going to get rewarded with at least one thing for going there anyway. I think the major example of this is going through the frigate ship without a gravity suit. You'll get an energy tank for your trouble anyway, but you know, you're gonna have to get out by a really annoying manner, and because of that, some people would rather just reload. But it shows that the developers thought of players doing that, you know? Which is why it was like a consolation prize for trying to go through the ship. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. What is the great poison? We'll find that out later. Toxin levels high. There is a secret somewhere in this room. I don't remember where. Ah, right over there. Basically, we need Spider Ball. Or maybe you're a good sequence breaking that allows you to just casually walk through the wall or something. We're gonna jump through here. That's poison, what I'm walking in right now. Actually, I was supposed to go all the way around, but it's... You really want to just jump to that platform, because you're only gonna take 1 damage. I'm going over here right now. It's not a good idea. And I'm gonna show why very soon. I was actually thinking of going back and ignoring this area over here, but I might as well show. Intense heat readings detected behind this door. If you go inside this room, you're gonna get a lot of damage real quick. And you're likely gonna die. You need the Varisuit to survive. Anyway, we're supposed to go here, in case that's not obvious. And here we have Shriek Bats. To properly scan Shriek Bats, you need to actually know they're there in advance. Fortunately, in this case, it did not matter because we're going to see Shriek Bats later in the game. However, there is one specific strain of the Shriek Bat called the Ice Shriek Bat that only appears once in the entire game. And if you missed a scan for it, guess what? You're not going to get 100% scans and therefore not going to unlock the complete gallery. Anyway, this is the vine. And there's a runic symbol right there, but we're going to ignore that. We can't do anything with the runic symbols just yet. Those vines, you can't destroy them right now, but you will later in the game once you get a very powerful and cool beam. Vine. If you get close to it, they start trying to attack you. It's kind of cute. We can get charge beam now, can't we? I think I'll get it right now. This is gonna be an extra long second episode though, just because of that. Like, I could seriously stop right here, but the enjoyment of collecting the charge beam and the bombs is too much to ignore right now. Oh, more Shriek Bats. Damn it, didn't complete the scan. Oh well. Anyway, ironically enough, the charge beam is completely optional. You can just casually ignore it if you want. There we go. Finally completed the Shriek Bat scan. Territorial ceiling dweller, body temperature peaks at 121 centigrade. High internal temperature, making it easy spot of thermal everything, roost on cave dwellings. This doesn't explain why there's ice Shriek Bats game. Seriously. That which fouls the water seeks the sun. Toxicity levels critical. Contact with contaminated water extremely hazardous. Gosh. And here we have the great poison comes from Talon's core. Now this is confusing what this room is telling you. It makes it sound like these three scans are related, but the third one is actually about Phazon, while the first two are about what's poisoning the waters of this place, the Chozo ruins. This one, truth awaits you in a sacred hall. That one's so generic it could mean anything. Oh, by the way, that's actually a cool design shtick about Metroid Prime. Have any of you noticed that you seem to go through halls every time you've gone through a large room? That's actually a design decision to keep loading times at a minimum. It's a cool touch. Anyway, now we gotta find all these runic symbols to be able to activate something that will give us access to the charge beam. First time you're in this room though, you will not think of that and actually go around and probably not figure out what you're supposed to do, and because of that, you'll actually not be able to get the charge beam as soon as you could. That was runic symbol number 2, in case you're wondering. These are so much easier to interrupt because of the free aiming. Like it's crazy. Runic symbol number 3. And finally the 4th one right here. You have to shoot that thing, or maybe just scan it. Nope, just scan it. By the way, there's a secret in this room. I kind of like it a lot. The secret. We'll see it much later on, and I'll explain why I like it so much then. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent. The fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and it should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land. A strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. So that's... It's about Phazon, what they're talking about. But it's not... Like, it hasn't been explained yet, you know? That it's Phazon. Anyway, Charge Beam acquired, even though we already had in the beginning of the game. Basically, Charge Beam back online is what the game really wants to say. Anyway, I don't know what's up with the challenge here. I guess it's because the Charge Beam can destroy these things. There's also another beam that can destroy these things, but we're going to find out about later. You know what I prefer to do, though, for this setup, though? Is to just roll past all the lasers. You know, like in a cool way. It's not like they damage you that much. Even the harder difficulties. Anyway, let's get the bombs and then that'll be the end of this episode. After I get back to a save point. Ow. One of those things was still there. Ah, yes. Through here. God, so many of these mushrooms. Retro Studios sure like to spam those creatures. Oh, and I've got Charge Beam now, which means I can vacuum the power-ups out of the air. That's a cool touch they added to this game, actually. Like, if you... what they did is in Metroid Samus Returns, the latest Metroid game, is they just had the power-ups go to you, which is actually super duper convenient, and I don't mind it at all. But the way you do it in the Metroid Prime games is really cool because it's manual, you know? That you can do that. Also, there's some Shriek Bats over there. You can destroy them in advance if you want. You don't actually have to wait for them to charge at you. Oh, wow. Momentum! I want to stay on that platform. Supposed to morph all through here, but you could probably just jump to the other side. If you really wanted. Yep, just destroy the Shriek Bats in advance. Gosh, there's so many. Yeah, there's so many that you might be thinking, oh wow, so many Shriek Bats. That means there's only one Shriek Bat designed in the game and you're never going to see any other ones. That's why the Ice Shriek Bat is so infuriating. Oh wow, this is going to take a bit longer than expected. Seriously, I'm just trying to finish this video. Yeah, you gotta scan this. Lock system engaged, security area to unlock the door. That means I have to activate a switch or something. Inactive platform lift detected. Its functions should return once power has been restored. And the water has sorted out this slot mechanism. It is inoperable. I think we're supposed to go over here, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, through here. But what about this thing? It's a stone toad. Preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Gosh, such complicated words. Stone toads use their tusks as last resort in combat. I've never seen them use their tusks. Anyway, what they're saying is that if you morph ball near them, they'll suck you in, and the only way to defeat them is by using bombs. Which, guess what? You're about to get right through here. So it's good enemy placement, that thing back there. Oh, by the way, we have 2 types of wasps now. Well, we're about to get a 3rd type, just for this area. Also, there's a boss too. Which is Incinerator Drone. Probably made by the Chozo, those assholes. Yep, just use their missiles. If you can aim properly, anyway. Anyway, third type of wasp right here. The green type. Barbed war wasp. It launches its stinger. So that's annoying. This one doesn't even ram you. I have the charge beam. I should use it more often before I forget. Yeah, I should focus on the boss, but I'm still getting used to the pointer controls, unfortunately. Every time that thing burns the hive, the wasps get agitated and there's more that spawn. They attack pretty quickly, I want to say. Damn it. One more phase. Still one more phase left. Oh my god, I keep running into them. Isn't there one? There's one. They're always on me. God damn. Finished. Gosh. They probably don't deal that much damage, but I can't help but feel that if the enemies were dealing good amounts of damage, I would actually have died and gotten the game over here. Anyway. Morph ball bomb. Now we just need to get to a safe point and that'll be it. Okay, okay, you can see that there's bombs right up there to the top right. That's your indication that the UI of the morph ball is not actually hidden, even if you put the visor opacity at 0. That was a freebie, a missile right there. Seriously. I actually do like how cozy this room is. I think it's a repeat of a room we saw earlier on, but it seriously does feel cozy to me. Anyway, morph ball training. Can you bomb jump? Yes, you can. Can we spring ball now, actually? Yes, we can! Spring ball. This is unique to the Prime Trilogy re-release. Because spring ball was only implemented in Metroid Prime 3 this way. Where if you tilt the Wiimote up, it will actually make it so that you jump instead of having to bomb jump first. It's really convenient that way. Also, I destroyed that stone toad because reasons. It's super easy. Morph ball slot standard. You just go inside of it and you lay a bomb and that's it. You're gonna see these types of things very often. Anyway, there's an alarm going on. We're supposed to go through here. And activate this thing. But we're not done yet. Now we gotta go over there. The camera doesn't make it very obvious where you're supposed to go. I think you need to still have the timer on to actually be able to do this. But once you're done with this one, it's over. The door is activated and the area is secured and stuff. It's not... The area being secure is not about destroying all the enemies. It's about activating those things. To show you actually learned how to use a power bomb properly. And stuff. There's a passage through here, by the way. Shrink bats are actually quite thin if you look at them at the proper angle. I like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the first time I played through Metroid Prime, I was going through the halls instead of the shortcuts as intended. Whoops. I'm going through here because why not, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get stuck right away. But we get like a free energy tank for going here. And can't say no to that. And given that I've got more than one energy tank now, it's clear that 1 on the top left is not supposed to mean that. It's not supposed to be an energy tank. What is it supposed to be then? I don't know. Kind of bothers me, but whatever. It's there. That's all it is. Oh, by the way, it's easy. Like, you're supposed to have spider ball for this, but if you lock on and keep jumping and walking a specific way, at least in the original 1.0 version, you can actually climb this thing. And then when you're at the top, you can just morph ball through the thing. Another fun sequence break trick that I love doing. In version 1.0, of course. There's something up there, actually. But you need space jump. Oh, I'm always so used to getting that power up right up there. But that's only because I get space jump right away when I play version 1.0. Can't do that when you're playing the game as intended. Okay, time to save and we're finally finishing this episode. It's been going on for way too long. Like over 45 minutes, I want to say. Whatever. It's very fun to play Metroid Prime like this, though. Good Metroid games, they tend to be addicting, and it's kind of hard to keep yourself from playing, you know? You want to keep going, see where the next power-up is going to lead you to, and what the next power-up is going to be. Well, whatever the case, hope you've all enjoyed this, and I'll have a nice day. See you next time.